Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is well. You have the experience here on. Time for a long day ahead of battle eggs. Battle egg. Come on, computer! Oh my god, I accidentally click a thing and you don't want to fucking do a thing. Thank you. I see the game is gonna be a little loud in there. Yo, Cloud was good. I hope your day is well.
Party one-on-one. You know, three's a crowd, you know what they say, three's a crowd.
My day was good. That's good to hear. Good to hear. At least it's Friday. Well, I work
Okay,
on
you're
Saturday.
there. You were behind
At least
that
it's
wall.
Friday for
I
people.
was about to walk in that
For tomorrow, at least. At least it's Friday tomorrow. My day was good. On and off. I mean, I was able to get some stuff done, but the machine fucked up again, and I had to be off of it for a while. And then I went back on it, only for it to take like an hour-long setup for the next part I was planning to do, because it fucked up again. And then now our maintenance guy is leaving, like quitting. So we're gonna have a hell of a time. Other than that, it was alright. I'm just tired of that. I'm just tired of it looking and feeling like my fault. Because I touched this machine and it just stops, and then I can't really explain how or why. I just see what I see. The first time the machine stopped, I finished up a part from yesterday that I think third shift didn't finish, which was actually a part I didn't finish because of the machine. And then instead of finishing up the batch after a certain number, and then it allows you to like load up the next information into the computer. It's like it's an actual program. It's like setting up a program in a PDF and stuff like that. It loads up like a blueprint and how it loads, and it gives you the information so you can edit in like the cuts or the folds of the pieces. You have to edit in like the different axes. Well, yeah. It basically, after you finish the part, it allows you to swap out to the next program. Well, that froze up. It literally was saying, oh, this item's done, but the machine is still thinking it's not done. So everything was grayed out. I couldn't stop any of it. I couldn't load up any other programs. And then it crashed. And then, yeah, well, it was nice. Nice. I don't know. Machines hate me. This is why I don't like touching electronics. Even if I know basic shit, I still will find something somehow to fuck something up. Other than that, it was alright. It was a long day. I just feel like I'm not getting as much done as I could. I don't want them to come bite me in the ass later. If I have an ass. Other than me, though, I'm glad you're well. I'm gonna join VC for anyone. Oh my. It sucks that I lost the literal Battle 99 last night. I would have won if I anticipated better of what their ideas were. The whole explosion. That and I made stupid mistakes, but it just sucks. But that just means that I could possibly beat it. Because I don't know how strong number 100 is. But he can't be that much stronger. And he can't have anything much more dangerous than what I've already seen. I've already seen people throw out legendaries. The only one I haven't seen in this Mount Battle is Lugia and Ho-Oh, but I've been pretty much seeing almost every other legendary that's in these games, minus Mewtwo and Mew. Because the birds are in the story, so I haven't seen them. The beasts are in the first game, I haven't seen them. Lugia and Ho-Oh, Ho-Oh is in the first game, not fight-wise, but you get it as an event later on after you beat Mount Battle in that. And then Lugia is actually a main threat in this storyline. So I don't see anyone using that, but I've already seen the Reggies and stuff like that, and the starters. I'm like, what else do we need here? What other threats? You're throwing out legendaries left and right. Someone had the beasts earlier, though, too. The beasts are in here. I just haven't seen the birds. Beasts, Reggies, and even the starters. What's next? Ground and Kyogre? Like, there's really not much of a threat that the last guy can have that's going to be any different than what I've already witnessed and taken out. It's either someone has all three beasts or someone has all three Reggies. I've taken out both. There's even people later on with gimmicks like the lightning rod gimmick, where they use a Pokemon with ability lightning rod to absorb or not take damage whatsoever if you're frickin' Rhydon. And then they have a Pokemon weak to electricity straight murder you. That's alright. It's good experience. My Pokemon are in the 70s now. Once I start getting up there, I have EXP share on, and I'll on my fucking, what was it, Lapras or whatever. I'm gonna be fucking, or not Lapras. I forget which Pokemon at this point. One of my Pokemon has it. And he's gonna be leveling a bit. Ampharos, there we go. Yeah, Ampharos has EXP share on. That way I can level 3 Pokemon simultaneously. Since most of this early portions are all going to just be those 2 Pokemon. I don't feel like swapping every 5 seconds for fights that aren't gonna last. Talo. I'm surprised Mercer doesn't join more often. I wonder if Dragon's been taking a break from things because he hasn't joined. Na, 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 na. Fix this, hold on. Do. Yeah, get yourself that pigeon. I'm also at Groudon at my other game, in my Ruby. So if anyone cares, I could easily throw that up to capture Groudon. Which is usually a thing I somewhat did for Pokemon that have exclusive legendaries. I did it in Oris. I did it in... Yeah, I think Oris was one of the only few... Because I didn't really stream that many Pokemon games outside of the originals and the first couple. I think Oris was the only one where I shown me doing both legendaries, including all the exclusive ones. I'll do the same with Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I'll do the same here. Because Gen 1 had Mewtwo only, and Gen 2's legendaries are mascot legendaries. The birds and the beasts and Mewtwo, and as well as our fucking Ho-Oh and Lugia are all in each other's game. Like the box legendaries of Gold and Silver are in both games. Ruby and Sapphire doesn't, so you have to play Emerald if you want all 3 in one round. Diamond and Pearl, Black and White, I don't know why Gen 2 had it that way, then Gen 3 started to where it became exclusivity and you need both. Because, yeah, Diamond and Pearl, Black and White. They all did that from then on. I don't know what I'm doing. 0. I don't know why I was in like swap Pokemon mood for a second there. Get that pigeon. No, not the Pidgey. That was. It's a long shot at. Nice. So everyone always has their favorite clips. Kick to the face. Gotta love kicks to the face. Everyone has their favorite clips. I always enjoy my random butt nut clip that pops up whenever someone shouts me out in their stream, and all you hear is butt nut out of just come out of me. Butt nut. This is one of my best clips. Butt nut. One's maybe by just guarding. Nice. I'm probably not gonna get a good clip. I'll probably get a shitty clip. Give me shitty clip of all clips. Clip. I can imagine. No, it just loves giving me Final Fantasy VIII. You know what? I'll take it, sure. I've been seeing a lot of my 8 clips lately.
Oh, I scanned. Loves a hot dog sold in the garden.
I did put a good amount of time in that, so I could see why they like it. It was a very fun playthrough. Out of all the Final Fantasy games, it's usually that or 9, but I see a lot more 8 coming out of my clips. And it's just like, very interesting. I don't know if that's like I don't know if Twitch sets clips based on popularity or what. Or recency. Because sometimes I'll just get the same straight clips over and over again. So there's got to be on a random note with 8. Never a random note. It could be a death note. I don't know who... Wait, Squall's voice actor, you mean? Oh, 16s. I was about to say... Since when did Squall have voice acting outside Kingdom Hearts? And possibly Dissidia. That makes sense. That's kind of funny, seeing as 8 and 16, they're half numbered. They're each other's like half. 8 is half of 16. I think that makes a lot of sense. Clyde is the guy's name from 16. Or Clive, not Clyde. Clive is the guy from 16, yeah. His voice actor's favorite is 8. That's really cool. It's all good. Karaoke will do that to you. I gotta return to 16. 16's combat was fantastic. The only thing is it's one of those games where it's like, hey, I want to play this, but then I like have intentions of playing other things, so I don't come back to it for a while. My downfall with 16 so far is that they took out a lot of the exploration. That's a big thing for me, but the combat itself still makes it so far. As long as it holds that momentum, I think I will love it. Because I don't need exploration, I just think it helps because it breaks up monotony. That's why I don't mind a lot of minigames and RPGs that are big. Because if you really take the time, Square's games or Final Fantasy can be pretty long. Otherwise, they aren't. So having some minigames here and there kind of breaks up a lot of the monotony. I feel like some of the exploration is nice. I played a bit of 16. I know I made it up to... Don't spoil anything for me at all, but I made it to Shiva. First fight with Shiva. I don't know if there's any fights with her further, but that's where I'm at. Early. If you want to see momentum. L3. I definitely would. I think 16 has some of the better combat. For the modern Final Fantasy. Yeah, I was gonna say, any clips I'll most likely forget. I just don't want to... I don't want to see bosses much if I can help it. Story significant stuff and characters I'll forget, but... Seeing a boss like in a Souls game or in a Final Fantasy game or an RPG or anything that I like a lot, it sticks to me. Like if you were to show me clips of Kingdom Hearts that's gonna be coming out ever, and you show me an epic fight, and I'm just like, well, thanks. Even though the game is in its like trailer stages, I still don't like that because I don't. That's why I try to keep any of that hidden. It's because I want 100% feels for it. Because by the time I played RE 8. And 7, I've already seen them, so a lot of the mystery of those were gone. There's a bit in those games that may have got me otherwise. I know it's completely different genre, but my point is, yeah, spoils can really make or break your reaction. And considering I cannot, like, really fake reactions unless you want to see me just bored the fuck out of my mind. That's why I prefer to not watch even trailers. Okay, it gives you... It makes it a little more difficult. Okay. I hope there's more to it than that. Is it like Dark Souls New Game Plus? If you haven't played that, it's essentially just stronger. Same game, just stronger. No different. So I wonder if there's maybe added bosses or something to the... Because I know Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, or Final Fantasy VII Remake Hard Mode added a boss to the VR. Has a boss in the VR that you don't fight on normal. Same with Sephiroth and Rebirth. But that's not really New Game Plus in the same respect. It also got DLC too. Nice. You think it was called Final Fantasy Difficulty, which is a lot. I've never played a Souls game, but from what you said, they made it stronger. Okay, just try playing it before it also increases the level cap. Okay, Dark Souls doesn't do that with the level cap, but it makes enemies a little tougher, bosses scale a little bit higher. And then I think the games go up to like 6 or 7 new games before it caps permanently. Like, the game itself doesn't change items are in the same spot, you know what I mean? Bosses are the same, story, side quest stuff, all of that's the same. I know some games tend to add stuff to post-game. And New Game Plus. Predominantly big RPGs tend to do stuff like that. But no, other than that. That's cool, though. I do like that it has a New Game Plus. I mean, new Final Fantasy 7s do as well, but it just... I don't know. New Game Plus on those games just feel different to what I'm expected with Souls New Game Plus. It's because Souls isn't, like, so dramatically story-heavy, I guess. It just feels better. It's like DS New Game Plus from high... Yeah, okay. Okay. Enemies give you more experience in that, so I would assume it's the same. You get slightly more experience. Enemies do more damage, have more health, slightly. Yeah. The armor, weapons, stats, everything else is the same. The weapons and stuff that you find don't scale. So I'd assume any items would be the same in that as well. Okay. That's really cool. I mean, or they could have just done what 8 does. I'm surprised they haven't really dabbled into that kind of mechanic in other games. Maybe people bitched about it too much in 8. Because that's a better way of having enemies scale to you without a New Game Plus. Because I feel like Final Fantasy is suited more for that than a New Game Plus. If they did it better. Like, if you know what you're doing, 8, you can level... I powered level to 108, and it was fine my second playthrough. If you know what you're doing, you know, it's not hard. But, like, I think that's a better mechanic than a New Game Plus. Because to be fair, I actually really like that about Final Fantasy VIII. That the enemies and everything scale with you. You can't just dream the game then. The game actually is a challenge. I mean, Pokemon itself has become so undeniably easy and handholdy. It's a nice change of pace when an RPG actually tries to be at least difficult. I don't go out of my way to make a game difficult. Aside from playing Kingdom Hearts on the second to hardest mode, but that's not even to difficulty. It's only because I just want to try to get every cutscene every cutscene possible. Even though I am 100% in the game in general, I just feel like it's just... Fuck it. It just makes it easier in case I miss something. But I'm not going to sit there and try for fucking the hardest mode when I know I'm not going to be able to tackle it because my skills aren't even that great. I have nothing to prove. I just have fun. But I enjoy when games try to be challenging on their own. What? No, I don't. What? Jewish douche. Huh. Snubble. Fuck your bulldog. In the ass. Real hard. Chickens. Chickens, Eddie. Hair. Dun dun. Dun dun ba da dum. Ma. Side chick. They say she's pretty fly for a side chick. Ow. I just saw you punch that dude in the face and I felt it. That's the thing about beat 'em ups. Yes. Just the impact of the fist face in the ground. That just looked painful. I don't know. Any external injury to my head, face, and area, I always now just can't help but recoil. Hell, I can't. Even when I try to sleep at night, I get a lot of feelings where like I'm falling. And it terrifies me. It makes it hard to sleep. The claw. For anyone who doesn't understand what I'm talking about, I'm watching Zero play Yakuza. Now he's playing mini games. The claw. Yay. Win me a teddy bear! Or whatever that was. That thing reminds me of the substitute polka doll. That's what that thing looked like to me. This one is mandatory for the story. Ah, of course it is. Of course it is. A lot of Final Fantasy VII's remake mini games weren't exactly the most mandatory, but there was a heavy story involved with a lot of it. Queen's Blood alone had an entire fucking history and backstory, even though it wasn't a mandatory thing. There was I believe there was some mandatory parts where you had to play it, but it wasn't. The whole thing wasn't. Virtual Fighter? Of course it does. Of course it does. Sega, right? This is Sega, right? The same team as Virtual Fighter, or is it the same team as Phantasy Star? Do you know? That's what I thought. I immediately recognize it. I've not played a Yakuza game, which is why I didn't think about it was Sega or not. But now that you mention it, because you're not the only streamer I watch play Yakuza. So, come to think of it, I've seen them also do a lot of Sega-esque stuff. That is cool. So I'd expect at least the Sonic team worked on this, or maybe a different team. Or at least maybe that Virtual Fighters team. It seems alright. It just takes me a shit ton of times to play a game to memorize a story. I'm not gonna be able to... With all the crap games have that I like to do, story is one of the last things on my mind, even though I do want to pay attention to it all. It just takes multiple playthroughs before I remember it. This does look like a dumb, fun game just to have fun in for me. Nothing for me to really take serious as maybe a playthrough or anything, but it definitely does look like a fun little beat 'em up with a story. Bye-bye, the Sailor Man. Still Sega, yeah. Yee. Sega. I should play some Game Gear. I have an adapter for it for my analog pocket. And I can play fucking Game Gear. I can play some fucking Power Ranger, beat 'em up. Yay. I don't really got a lot of Game Gear shit. But I had some Sonic, some Power Rangers, fucking Ren and Stimpy. I think I had a Tasmania Devil game. I'm pretty sure there's probably other things. But I did not have that many things. Story is serious as heck. This is why there's side stuff like. Well, that's what I like about RPGs or games that have an explorative world and a story, is that it breaks it up. Don't get me wrong. Does Final Fantasy VII have too many minigames? Yes. Yes, it does. The original minigames nearly every fucking action. Oh, you need to squat to freaking warm up? Yeah, let's make that a minigame. I'm surprised they didn't make everything in a minigame in that. Oh, you're falling down the bridge? You're falling off a corral bridge in the by the mine? Oh, let's make that a minigame. Oh, you're climbing out of Midgar? Let's make that a minigame. Hell, you're driving out of Midgar. Let's make that a minigame. Hell, let's put it in fucking the gold saucer on top of it. But no, in all serious, minigames do help break up the monotony. Like, one of the best is Queen's Blood. I'm not a fan of any of the other card games from Final Fantasy, Triple Triad, and fucking... the one from 9. Both suck to me, but otherwise, like, Queen's Blood was intriguing, and I got good at it. Then there's the fucking Fort Condor game, and I'm just like, this is made worse. Stay out of it. My favorite minigame in 7, though, is the Chocobo Race. Always will be. But no, like, beating the fuck out of enemies 1,000 times over and over again constantly does get old. Which is why it's nice to have some breakup. This is why I don't mind minigames in RPGs like Final Fantasy. Or in this case, this, or Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts' minigames are a little bad, in my opinion, but... I mean, some of them are alright. I like the Tarzan one. They don't really feel like minigames. A lot of talk on video games and minigames and RPGs, and I don't know. Just me talking to myself because no one was here. What did you miss?
And I have a lot of things, like I hate the ones that Rebirth so badly.
Not all of them are bad, but eh. Look, it breaks up a lot of the constant same bullshit over and over again. You don't need to have minigames for everything. I think Rebirth is fine. It's 7 in general. Final Fantasy 7 had way more annoying minigames. I'll take Rebirth's minigames over what 7 had. Yeah, let's make you squat for everything. Let's make you fall off a bridge minigame. No. The Gold Saucers minigames are also meh.
I'm hoping they realize their mistake on the third one. There'll be no fucking minigames at all.
No, that's not gonna happen. Again, they need something to break up the monotony of constant exploration and fighting. Every game has certain things to do so. Final Fantasy would be straight story and combat. I mean, that's not a problem, but there are people that...
Have that. There are a lot of games that just do that and people story in slow-mo.
I'm not denying that, but my bigger gripe is having no exploration in some modern games. That's preferably why I enjoy Rebirth so much, is because it has all this exploration. 16 has fantastic combat, but very little exploration. Same with a lot of your teen Final Fantasy games.
Little by little, I'm starting to get the hang of this fucking Dead Island shooting.
Yeah.
what number battle are you on?
My 20s, I think. I don't know.
Oh shit.
The night watching you play is making me want to play more Moon. Do it. Do it. I wish Sun and Moon was better. Alright, man. Enjoy your Pokemon.
Thanos because when I level up, I'm trying to get more of the purple weapon.
Nice. Nice. That's good. Show them all who's boss.
Currently, I'm working on a side quest for a crazy white chick who's an artist who wants to use zombie parts.
That's hot. Your phone needs an update. No, update that shit. No, your phone becomes literal brick. No. Samsung brick. Ba-da-doo. You're a bud. You're a fat bud. You're a butt. You're a butt. I don't know, where is it? I ate it. Area 3 and
Okay, quickly before joining, I went outside for a little walk to take down a blue gym. On the bright side, it's still kind of cold, but not as bad as it was with the Arctic Trail. So it looks like next week it's gonna be the 40s.
nice.
So I'm like, yay, warm weather.
Nice. My lips are dry. Lips. And moon is on. Giggity. I played Sun.
I play Sun as well.
Played that, and then I started Ultra Moon, but I didn't finish it. So those will, I'll have to erase my files on those and figure out what Pokemon I got before I do that. Depends. Some games I may or may not want to delete them. X and Y are still technically completed, and so is Oris, and Oris has everything, so I may just rebuy some games. It sucks, but when it comes to X and Y, I'm maybe okay with erasing, because everything's on Oris. I just completing that, just taking that away, though. But I need to play those anyway, and I'm not buying 2 games just to fucking get me a Xerneas because I'm playing Y. But come to think of it, I don't know why Gold and Silver is the only generation that I could think of that has both box arts in one game. I don't know why they decided to start changing that with Gen 3 on. And Red and Blue to this day is the only one that doesn't like have a box art legendary, or its legendaries aren't on the box art because there's multiple. Same with Gen 2, because there's 3. And the main legendary in Gen 1 is Mewtwo. I don't know why they didn't just make one with him on it though, but I think you could slowly see Game Freak realizing how much money it's raking in with multiple people that they just be like, hey, let's make this exclusive to this and that and this and that. And they did that a lot more. It's kind of funny. Because even Pokemon is not consistent with its own scheme. Colors, like stones and whatever else, letters. Even the amount of Pokemon in them, they're not the same. It's just, it's kind of funny how inconsistent they are.
Oh my god, I just realized I fucked up.
Uh-oh. You saw a Poliwag and caught it with your first Pokeball. Nice. Are you going to evolve that into a Wrath or a Frog? A Toad, specifically.
I feel like such an idiot. I could
What'd
have
you
had the
do?
quest completed.
Oh no, who'd you fuck up?
No, I just realized last night, half asleep, I thought I was buying the body parts I need. I'm like, alright, I could just buy some of the body parts and get the last one I'm missing. It seems like you can't buy zombie body parts from the shopkeepers in these games.
Yeah.
I think the ones I had, I sold. The screaming bitch, I gotta cut off her head in a certain way to get her spine. I was like, I already had 4 on me, and I sold them the other day, and I just got one today. And I'm
Nice.
like, fuck, I had it completed by now. No, I gotta go back and kill more of these bitches.
Nice.
And I hate fighting screamers.
I've never been the biggest user of Poliwrath or Toad for that mess. So I normally just get them all and just not care. I like to have both of each form though for those type of Pokemon. Personally, I like Poliwrath better in terms of ideal and design, but I don't really care for Pokemon too much for that. I like elements. I'll usually stick with elements. I like pretty much every element but fighting, really. But fire, flying with some flying, psychic, electricity, maybe some ice and water combine, ground and rock combine, and grass is a very limited niche. But fighting and grass are like the two I use least. That and poison, but I'll use Crobat, as I love Crobat, so. Paris, nice. Good old Paris Hilton. Jumpluff escaped. I wonder if Jumpluff in the Pokemon community game in Twitch has square or circle shadows. In Coliseum, it had square shadows. In this, they fixed it, which is kind of fucked up. Then judging by that assumption, I would assume that Jumpluff's fucking shadows in Stadium 2 were also squares, because it's straight ripped from that game. Good old Parasect, and that adorable ass episode of the Little Paris. An anime never made me want to cuddle a bug before, until that episode. Only for it to evolve and die. What I don't understand is, I know it's anime logic, but they faked Paris's victories. How do you get experience from that? Anime still has logic. Oh, it's a pufferfish. It's a pufferfish. Willfish. So who's your starter zero, Mr. Bun Bun? Yay, Amphi level 72. A fire cat. Nice. Litten. The wrestling cat.
So Zero is a man of great taste as well.
Yeah, I love fucking Incineroar. His design is so good too. Not that I'm great. Not that Pokemon's really there for that with me, but Fire, Dark though.
It's just Pokemon's version of King.
It's exactly. No, the wrestling bit did hit home with me though too, because I was like, oh, that's great. Because there's a lot of great gimmicks with some of the starters' designs, and then there's Quaxley. But you Eevee? Oh, wait, you want an Eevee or you got an Eevee? And a Pikachu, Growlithe, Espeon, and an egg. Oh. Wait, you have an Eevee and an Espeon, do you? Well, there you go. You got some evolution potentials and a evolution themselves, and Espeon's one of the better ones in my opinion.
There's the Screamer, alright, bitch.
Yeah,
Do this
nice.
4 fucking times. Let's go. God damn
Yes.
it, quit fucking grabbing me.
And thanks to Coliseum, I get both. I get 2 copies of Espeon and Umbreon for Fire Red and Ruby and Sapphire, but that also enables me to breed them, which means I don't have to sit there and play Fire Red and Leaf Green solely for an Eevee. And then because I have Leaf, Fire, Water, and Thunderstone from the guy who trades me trades the shards for them, I have 3 of each or 2 of each. And then I'm gonna get another set from Ruby. I'll have all Eevee forms. And then, yeah. I'm working on getting Umbreon, so I have the Coliseum duo. Umbreon and Espeon are easily my favorite, too. Along with Jolteon, even though I don't use Jolteon. Just in terms of electricity, they're always one of my favorite typings.
Come on, cut off the head, cut off the head, cut off the head.
My favorite Pokemon's Raichu solely because Lieutenant Surge beat the shit out of Ash with it, but then later lost. But still, like, just that first initial episode with him. No! Is it hard to get Spine?
I gotta cut off the bitch's head.
Did you do that, or is there a certain? You said there's a certain way, or?
Yeah, just gotta cut off the head before, when you kill her.
So that has to be the kill, and her head has to come off. Oh, that sucks. So you can't just kill them, then lob the head off. Will you get the spine every time if it's a lob? If you lob the head off?
It's a 50-50.
Okay. So I'm assuming I'm assuming you did it right, but got the bad RNG. Then. That sucks.
Fuck, God damn it! Quick, piece of shit! Leave me the fuck alone.
Eevee, Raichu, Lolan, working on trying to find a Thunderstone.
Motherfucker! Leave me activate my goddamn rage!
Oh no. I hate when you do that in games, you accidentally...
Oh, fucking damn it.
A ninja Pokemon.
Great, now I gotta wait for these bitches to respawn again.
Ninjas roasting on an open fire. Kitty. At the moment, I have to investigate something in the lake or river, and got given an item to summon a Lapras. I do not remember Sun and Moon much at all, but I do remember riding the ride Pokemon, such as Lapras. Also the same. Let me give you a proper hydrate, not fucking anus. I don't want to be slurping anus. 30-year-old body. Oh, my 30-year-old body is falling apart. It was a fish Pokemon called Wishy Washy. Ah! Oh, the Pokemon, the baby mini fish that form a school that turns into the bigger version. That's what happens when you stay in school, kids. No. You become big. Come to think of it, the big wishy-washy kind of looks like a Susanoo for that for Pokemon. It's like a fucking giant shell. Well, wishy-washy. Yeah, the legendaries in Sun and Moon are something. I'm fine with Lunala and Solgaleo. But then you got a buff mosquito, a fucking giant untended pile of wires. Whatever else. A giant jellyfish. All of which aren't even technically of that same plane of existence. So they're technically aliens. Of course, every RPG... Why? Is he gonna have everyone run Naruto Area 51 again?
No, he's gonna probably sign a new order. Sun and Moon is now illegal because that's aliens in it.
Well, now. Well, then the government's gonna try and create the Ultra Beasts in real life. They're gonna confiscate Sun and Moon from the annals of history, and they're gonna create Ultra Beasts. No. To be honest, at this point, anything could be behind Area 51 at this fucking point. With how technology is, they have some things there. They've made shit, and they're not planning to release it yet. Because it's gonna be what kills us. Or something. They have something. It's meant for war, and it's gonna be used. But not in our lifetime.
I mean, they already mentioned aliens are real.
Oh, I know. I'm not saying that they didn't. I'm not denying that they don't have shit behind closed doors.
All these years, the government finally admitting the aliens are real. People would be more like, "Oh my god!" But no, people are like, "All right, we knew all along."
I mean, everyone knows, or at least most people do. There's non-believers, but everyone freaks out that aliens exist like it's some crazy thing though. Like, guys, like, do you really think we are literally the only living planet, inhabitable planet? Like, come on now. And it's not even that. But like, no. At this point, with how secrecy they are, they have created shit. They have experimented shit. They've gotten shit that we don't even know about. Aliens is the least of our concern, unfortunately. I want to know about the other 50 areas. Yeah, what happened to Area 1 through 50? Did everyone Naruto run that too? They all got mute. They all have Mewtwo behind there. That's where Mewtwo was created, and they based Giovanni off that.
Because I know that freaking it is possible to get into the Area 51 general, what is it, land? Because I saw a video recently, I think last week, about something about like a guy who went missing, but he was able to infiltrate the terrain around Area 51. So apparently there was a case of miners that went missing where they built Area 51, and then there's a lake. And he went to go look and see if there's like breaking clues about these miners that disappeared, and he was able to make it all the way to the lake. But like fucking, he had to like travel at night and stay well hidden. Cause apparently there's a lot of infrared cameras to pick up
Movement and heat, yeah.
He was able to get past most of it.
He's lucky he didn't get fucking shot. The fucking people who actually tried to storm Area 51 didn't take them seriously. That, oh, there's hundred thousands of us. They're not gonna. No, yeah, they will.
That wasn't really like a serious thing. So I think remember the day what it happened. A bunch of people did meet up in front of Area 51. But it was more kind of like a meetup and find out that nobody actually.
Yeah, no one was exactly. Like, they all knew. Like, if anyone thinks they won't, oh, they will. That's why no one did anything. And plus, well, also, yeah, for anyone who survives, you're getting arrested. But also, like, still, like, they knew they would either die or be in jail. Don't fuck with the government, especially when it comes to something so fucking secret that they don't even want anyone to know about it except for them and the president and whoever else. Hell, though, the president the presidency themselves aren't even really that in power. It's really, it's the military and the government. And religion. And everything else. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's honestly a lot of what politics is that's where they're the puppet to just release a lot of this to the public. The real villains are the government and the military. That's why you see that in third world countries. They're fucking horrendous. That's why we're always at war. Money. Power.
The true villains over here, though, are the rich culprits, because they have a lot of the government in their pockets.
That's what I mean, yep.
Kind of how like what happened, people are saying what happened in Hawaii is what's happening in California. Because in fucking Hawaii, a lot of these like big name companies are well known for dumping and polluting and taking the resources in Hawaii like you do in Africa. They wanted to build the more shit there for the companies, but a lot of the Hawaiians will be business houses getting in the way and put them out of nowhere. Big ass fire happened. What happened next? These companies pretty much bought the land illegally from the people.
Convenient. Convenient timing.
It's like money talks, sadly, in this world. Kind of how like what is it? A school shooter can, you know, go to a school, kill hundreds of kids, and he'll be okay in jail. They won't pursue a death penalty. But God forbid, one white boy kills one rich CEO. That's it.
Yep.
You know who I'm talking about.
Hmm.
I think his name was Luigi.
Not off the top of my head.
It's that pretty boy who shot that healthcare CEO.
Hmm. Yeah.
Come on, Screamer, spawn already. Fucking the regular basic ass bitches spawn no problem.
I mean, people are also quick to point fingers at music artists for causing people like I think it was what, Columbine shooter. They blamed it on Marilyn Manson. Like they're so quick to point fingers at people when reality, the real problem is
No,
the media.
Columbine, that's the one from the mid 90s, right?
Was it not Columbine, or was it was another?
No,
What's
Columbine was blame on Doom. Because when they, when they went to the
either way?
shooters' bedrooms, they
Yeah.
found out that they have SS hours of playing the OG original Doom.
Either way. Thank you for the raid. Sorry for the weird dark topic of school shooting.
Granted, I know they went after Marilyn Manson because when he first started, doing the whole makeup thing, they went after him.
Much love, Burley.
What is the? I remember the library had one of his very early CDs before he went all like PT facey. That was kind of weird seeing without the face paint. But then, fucking, the moment he went like all like Rob Zombie style, the media went after him. Same thing with fucking Eminem.
Oh, I jumped on the ball. Oh shit! And you're
Thank you everyone for joining in. Thank you Jake Jelly Jammer for the follow as well.
There you go.
And the sub that you gave the other day. The Dark Soul Gamer. Thank you, thank you, thank
He
you.
always tries to use music as a scapegoat.
Yeah.
They literally took Eminem to court. I don't know if they ever took Marilyn Manson to court. I think they tried, but it
That's
failed.
what you get for calling me an idiot.
Even though Marilyn Manson has somewhat fallen
I
off
am
of
a
his
bitch.
drug habits, but back then, before the drugs ruined him, he was a really smart
Well
man.
deserved. Oh,
Yeah. Thank you for being here. Your stream was well. I hope you were kicking some ass in Wukong. I hope everybody's day is fantastic. For anyone, yes. For more Pokemon, Dark Souls, Final Fantasy, feel free to check out the YouTube. For anyone who wants to join the Hunters Guild at my Discord, feel free to send love to the community there. And Sour Punch, how are you as well? I hope you're well. I hope you're super. I hope you're super. Who?
The dating guru, Sour Punch?
Is that what he is?
Well, you mentioned, like, what is it, last time with Who Shall Not Be Named, hooked up on his stream, he
Oh my
mentioned
god.
other people, and
Now
I'm hooking
everybody,
up
the
with one
power is
of his
hitting no
furry
glasses. Are you serious? Hydrates? And hydrates?
I don't remember.
No glasses?
Paul? I have no idea.
Have to crack open another Coke here?
I hope you're all well, guys. Thank you, everybody. I hope everything sounds well. We're going for the elemental hyper beam starters so I can transfer everything over, because then that's pretty much the last bit of content out of Gale of Darkness. And then everything's going over to Ruby. And then I can somewhat start grinding for the Pokedex, and then I have to somewhat play. I have to play through a lot of Fire Red or Leaf Green to get some miscellaneous Pokemon like Mewtwo and the starters from that game. And then I have to play them anyway, and I'll be doing Leaf Green on stream anyway. But the problem with Gen 3's Fire Red and Leaf Green is you have to play through the whole game and most, if not all, of post-game to unlock the fucking trade between that and Gen 3's Ruby and Sapphire. But I also need to play Emerald so I can get me Deoxys and Latios, which I have cartridge events for those Pokemon, but it's Emerald, Fire Red, and Leaf Green specifically. Deoxys came out on Gen 3, but he only appeared in Emerald out of Ruby and Sapphire. And then Latios, I have the Eon ticket, but it's the Fire Red and Leaf Green one. I want to wait until I get a few checks or whatever, but I'm gonna buy a physical fucking. I'm gonna buy the E-Reader and a physical Eon Timer ticket. Because I want every fucking Pokemon event that is collectible. Until the fucking modern age. Where then they become fucking digital codes.
Yeah, on the bright side, at least they're not too expensive. You mentioned they're what? At least they're on
About 100. 100 at most. Maybe 2. Each cart has been no more than that. Which is like the same price as a Game Boy Advance Pokemon game. That's legit. Anyway, because people reproduce both game and the carts too. Some of the ones that I have are actually the ones from GameStop. Then there's probably like the event ones that were like, oh, this Pokemon's from a world tournament or whatever. A lot of those might be reproductions, but it's still the same event. But I have a handful of legitimate ones because it straight up says on there, distribution, please return to Nintendo. On it. And I'm like, hell nah. And then if you actually are unlucky, there are ones that Nintendo cut. So if you get unlucky, you can find the ones online where they cut it. Destroying it. Wait. What, the cut ones? Or sell them, I guess. Yeah, I've seen them. I've seen... There's ones that have picture where they show you a picture of it, like on eBay. You'll see a slit in it. Yep. But yeah, all you gotta do is just put one game in a cart, or your one game in on a console like they did, and then you would have your other game in. For instance, if it's the Legendary Beasts, you would just change your DS clock to a certain time frame, and boom, shiny beasts. Because it's the same code, like whatever days those beasts were held, you can set your clock to that. The Mew anniversary event at Toys R Us that we got on my birthday, I have that. The original Deoxys that's in-game for Emerald, I have. The reason I want the Eon Timer is because Latios and Latias, they're an in-game event legendary as well as just a normal legendary that you can giving it out at an event. I want to actually... I'd rather the in-game one more than the regular event one. I also want to experience it. Because, I mean, I did it with Celebi. I had to play Crystal to get Celebi. Mew is the only one that I had to get with glitching. And I have legit event Mews for Gen 3. So, I also have Arceus. I don't know if I have Darkrai, but I have Arceus at least. And the shiny Palkia, Giratina, Dialga. I have all that as well. So I have a lot of your events. A lot of your major ones. I just need the miscellaneous ones. Probably more of the Darkrai one. If I can even find them. I think I have, yeah, I have Shamans. And a lot of those that came out around that time. Cool thing is some games also give out Pokemon, like Ranger, Manaphy, the fucking Let's Go Pikachu, Eevee, fucking Mew that they gave with the Pokeball Plus, like that kind of thing. I know fucking the modern games all have all your main event legendaries and mythicals in them now. Like if you have BDSP with files of Arceus and other stuff, you can get fucking Cresselia and Darkrai and all them. It's just like, yeah, but then why? They don't feel as earned. They don't feel as mythical as they did. They just became legendary to me now. Hey, flaming chicken. No one wanted Sleepy Boy Abra? Oh, poor Abra. Abra dabra kodabra. Abra kudabra.
I have no idea how to play that.
What?
Your game chat Pokemon.
Oh no, I'm just commenting in general, not to you specifically. All you do is
No,
just
I
type
know.
commands. There's those commands. Basically, you would type in exclamation point, whatever the Poke command is. So Poke catch, space. If you have a Pokeball, Great Ball, Ultra Ball, you would type that in, and whoever is there, you would potentially catch it. If multiple people do it, it's based on luck, on who gets the Pokemon. Then there's like PvP commands. I mean, my whole thing has a whole list of commands. If you care, but yeah, it's all just text. It's really nothing crazy. It's just there for Poke fans and people who are watching the stream who actively stick around. And you know what I mean? You're watching me, but you're doing other things. You're not actively constantly like texting in my chat with me. You're talking to me and you're playing other games. I don't expect you to be playing a Pokemon text-based game. I only have it there because I like Pokemon and I feel it fits the theme. Since most of my theme is PSO related with mix of other things like Pokemon and Dragon Ball, I like to have some of that.
I know lately, I just been into zombies.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You know me, I'm a whore for my zombies, especially if they're RPGs.
I'm all over the place, but I just been in a mood for RPGs. Final Fantasy, this, Dark Souls, Monster Hunter. I mean, I've just been all over the place with me and you and our RPG RPGness.
I was gonna mention, like, since right now that I have the memory for it, I'm taking more advantage of the games I could download from the catalog.
Yeah.
Even though I could do the whole thing, or I could just pop in my RE3 and RE2 disc and play the digital version of the fucking PS5 version of those games for the remakes. But I said fuck it, 'cause, like right now I was surprised they're on the catalog. I had to like figure out a way to download the digital version only, and it doesn't require the disc. So I can somewhat play it before I think they're gonna be taken away soon. I'm like, I might as well enjoy them a little bit more before having to go back to the physical disc. They had to do that too with there were library copies. You know, I originally played Dying Light 2 and fucking uh, Dying Light 2 with a PS4 copy from the library.
Nook. Sailor Nook. What kind of name is Nook? I'm gonna call you Popeye. Let's murder this. I'm blanking right now. He's a fucking badger. slash what is it? Fucking porcupine slash badger thing. And he's got the quills like a porcupine, but then he fucking Typhlosion looks straight up like a badger. And then you got muscular middleman child. I have no idea what the fuck Machoke's line is. You just finished the water trial. Nice. Oh, yes. You're the big kahuna. Every time I hear shit out of Sun and Moon, it makes me think of Lion King.
Because I think didn't that one they not do regular
No.
games, they just do
No,
like,
they had gym trials. Yeah. That was one of the weird. That was weird to me, but I also liked how they did it. But I like Scarlet and Violet better when it comes to like not having like set 8. Go on.
I think they were trying to mimic the whole Hawaiian tribal culture with Sun and Moon.
I mean, it was nice. I like the idea. It's not a bad idea. I also like the new implementations of HMs in that game with the ride Pokemon. I think they have amazing ideas. I just think the execution in the games aren't happening as well because they're trying too many things with hardware that isn't capable. There should be no reason that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield bugged the fuck the way they were for people that were experiencing them. The most I had is fucking falling through the fucking floor in Scarlet and Violet. I never had no fucking weird vacuum stretching, but I had clipped through a floor once. It was interesting.
And also, it doesn't help that freaking the one thing I don't get though, Game Freak is a multi-million dollar company now. And they don't know how much Nintendo takes from them. But even to this day, there's still a small group of people that do the games and work on them. They haven't really expanded.
Yeah, and they themselves
Like,
aren't the best at game design. Not that I know anything about it myself. Yep.
Because like as I mentioned before, they a lot of people compared not Sword and Shield but Scarlet and Violet to Xenoblade Chronicles 3. That game is gorgeous. Even if you play it on handheld mode and the graphics majorly dip in handheld mode, but the game still looks good. It's not much difference, it's a smaller screen compared when you play on the big screen. But Xenoblade Chronicle games, since they're kind of like MMO-like-ish when you play it, as I mentioned before, you don't control your character's actions. That when they do regular attacks, you just control when they do their special attack, like their special skills. You map the skills like your hotkeys on the screen. But fucking, and then you just control whatever you move around. Certain skills work better if you attack either from the front, the side, or the back of the enemy. And just the way the map is Xenoblade Chronicles, when you're walking around, there's always a shit ton of enemies on the screen. In certain locations, from like small enemies, big enemies. And those games don't bug out like Scarlet and Violet did.
See, that's the thing. I think most of Nintendo is fine. I think Game Freak itself is not a great division for them. The rest of whoever makes games at Nintendo, fine. A lot of their Mario games somewhat look fantastic. Their Zelda games can look fantastic. Some of their Pokemon games look good, but they don't... They do things that I don't like. Like, I don't care for a lot of these gimmicks and taking away the decks, and then it's just... The games are still bugging. Like,